What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. Tomorrow is the birthday of the United States Marine Corps, and Monday is Veterans Day. So I thought, what a great time to take a look at the mini Leatherneck from Cold Steel. Most of you guys know that the term Leatherneck is a term that means United States Marine, as well as devil dog. But where does the term Leatherneck come from? Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Hey man, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. It sure does help the channel. We sure do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, man.
In the early 1800s, the Barbary states, which were Tripoli, Algiers, Tunis, and Morocco, were running roughshod over the Mediterranean. They captured merchant ships. The Barbary pirates captured over 1 million people and enslaved them. The young United States and Thomas Jefferson had enough of this, and they were determined to put an end to it. Well, there were two brothers that were fighting over rule of Tripoli. The one guy who was ruling over Tripoli had exiled his brother to Egypt. The one in Egypt said he was the rightful ruler of the throne. So the United States went to the brother who had been exiled and said, "Hey man, we're going to put you back on the throne. Are you with us?" And of course he said, "Hell yeah, I'm with you. Let's do this." So a group of United States Marines and an international force marched 500 miles from Alexandria, Egypt, on their way to Tripoli. But before they got to Tripoli, to depose the one guy, they had to pass through the city of Derna. Well, when they got there, they asked if they could have safe passage through Derna, and the leader of Derna said, "Your head or mine." Kind of a bad thing to say to a devil dog. So, of course, the Marines attacked Derna, and they kicked their asses and overtook the city in about an hour and a half with almost no losses and no casualties. Now, during that battle, they wore these stiff leather collars around their necks to protect them from the swords of the Barbary pirates. And thus, that's where they got the name Leatherneck. Well, that's not the end of the story. They were headed to Tripoli to depose the one guy so they could install the other guy. Well, that never happened because the guy in Tripoli heard about it and he said, "Whoa, shit, we don't want none of them dudes." So he sued for peace and thus put an end to the Barbary pirates and the United States and several other countries paying tribute to the Barbary pirates to not only free slaves, but to allow safe passage throughout the Mediterranean. So the United States Marines, aka Leathernecks, kicked ass in North Africa, and that's where the name Leatherneck comes from, and the line in the United States Marine Corps hymn, "To the shores of Tripoli." So, just wanted to share that with you today. Today we're going to take a look at the Cold Steel Mini Leatherneck. So, without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look. All right, the Cold Steel Mini Leatherneck comes in a box. Box has words on it. We don't need that. So, it's a small knife. This is a mini Leatherneck. It comes with a little sheath here that they call Securex. It's basically just some ABS thermoplastic. Decent sheath though. It's got good retention, no shake, no rattle. Now, you could use this as a boot knife. I'm not sure if this handle is a little too round to be a boot knife. It does have a palm swell here. I think for me, a boot knife is better if it has more of a squared off handle, but you might be able to get away with it. Decent sheath, nothing great. All right, so what we've got here is basically just a mini Bowie knife. And you guys know what a Bowie knife is for. This is a fighting knife. This is for slashing and stabbing. There's no two ways around it. Now, does that mean that this knife would not make a great camp knife or great all-purpose knife, great EDC knife, fishing knife, toolbox knife, truck knife, junk drawer knife? Of course it would. Of course it would. Just because it's designed as a fighting knife doesn't mean it's not going to function in an EDC capacity. This is perfectly capable of that. So we've got a 3.5-inch blade on this, 3.25-inch handle, 6 3/4 inches overall. So small knife, 8CR blade steel on this one. We've got a brushed satin finish, and this thing is sharp as a mofo. We've got some really, really pronounced swedging up here that is not sharpened, but really cool looking and just adds to that overall aggressive look of this knife. And it is pointy. The tip on that thing is one of the pointiest, sharpest tips on any fixed blade I've ever had. So look, you don't want to go tip testing this thing. It's not what it's made for, but it's definitely a piercy little bastard right here. It says mini Leatherneck on the other side, cold steel, 8CR, 13 MOV, and China. This one is a newer one made in China. So our handle material here is that cold steel Cray X, which is basically just a rubberized plastic. We've got a little lanyard hole here. We've got a finger guard. Now, this is going to be about a 3-finger knife for me. I do have wide hands. Some people might be able to get a full 4-finger grip. It does have a nice palm swell. It's contoured very well, so it is extremely comfortable in the hand. Feels good in a hammer grip. Reverse grip feels good. Gas station stabby grip also feels really good. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Cold Steel Mini Leatherneck. Pretty cool little knife. I like it. It's cheap. It's only about 20 bucks. I will link it down below if you want to go pick up one of these. They've also got a Tonto version of this one, which is also made for stabbing. I really like this one. Just thought I would share it with you today, with tomorrow being the birthday of the United States Marine Corps and Monday being Veterans Day. Guys, don't forget, we're almost to 5,000 subscribers, and when we get there, I'm giving away a brand new QSP capybara. So like my videos, leave comments, share my videos, and I've got one more Blackwater Knife Company bonefish. I will drop the website down in the description. Head over there. I'm running a Veterans Day sale this weekend only. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you've got the Cold Steel Mini Leatherneck, or maybe the full-size Leatherneck, or the Tonto version, and what you think of it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish. Boys and girls, class dismissed.